everybody, welcome back. My name is Dee Burks and this is Retirement Rescue. I wanted to hop on here right quick as we start to enter late fall and the holiday gift buying season to talk to you about something for a little bit. Some of the comments that have been on the page when I would talk about financial things are people saying one of the problems they have is they spend too much money on their kids. They give them too much money, they buy them too many things, and we're talking about grown children, not babies, not kids who are still in school, grown children. So I wanted to talk to you about the very best gift you can give those grown children this year. Now, before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about our habits as parents. I mean, as parents, you want to do for your kids, you want to be sure they have a good experience. You don't want them to go through hard times. I mean, no parent wants that. But we sometimes get into this habit of thinking we have to buy them stuff. We've got to go find something. We've got to buy them something for their house. We've got to buy them something for their dog. We've got to buy them some. You know, when we get into this habitual thought process of, oh, Christmas is coming. I've got to have this list of people I've got to buy for. And I've got to spend all this money. And it causes, especially as we age, this causes tremendous financial stress. So the first thing I want to really encourage you to do is step back and think about, okay, what are my buying habits during the holidays or during any sort of gift-giving event? Do you just do the same thing you've always done? Well, things have changed. You have aged. Your children have grown up. Your grandchildren may be adults by now. Things need to change. They have changed. You have changed. Going to the stores and, going shopping, especially Christmas shopping, and hunting for something to buy them just isn't a good experience anymore. It's not a good experience for you. And guess what? It's not a good experience for them either. Grown children, by and large, would much rather you keep your money and spend it on yourself. And the best gift you can give a grown child is to be financially secure, because that allows them, especially as they age, to sleep at night, knowing they're not at some point going to be financially responsible for you. Emotionally responsible, fine. We all are in that spot at some point. Maybe even physically responsible for you. If you have to come and live with them or live near them, that's fine too. But that financial responsibility is the biggest worry that children over the age of 45 start to have. My parents are still alive. They're 80 this next year. My parents will be. They're still in great shape, but they're also in good shape financially. Not great, but good. They can take care of themselves. They have a steady stream of income. It is more than enough money where they're not wanting for anything. That allows me and my sister to sleep at night. We don't have to worry that there's going to be some sort of financial crisis that we're going to have to jump in and help with. And as your children age, that becomes more of a concern. It's also true that what you can give them becomes less valuable. And I hate to say it, but the trinkets or searching for something for their house or giving them something, it's just stuff. And so many younger people, and I consider myself in this group, have thankfully embraced a lot more minimalism, a lot less of a junky lifestyle. And that's kind of hard for those of us who grew up in the 70s and 80s, and we had parents that were all about accumulating, And now what you see at every thrift store, every garage sale is the china, the silver, all of those things, the big buffets they collected, and people don't want them anymore. So realize that when you buy them stuff, it's just stuff that's going to end up in a garage sale at some point, odds are. And the stuff they really want from you, the knowledge, the memories, the experience, guess what? Those things are free. Those things are free. But again, as parents, when it comes to Christmas morning, we feel like, oh, there's got to be a gift. No, there doesn't, especially if you have grown children. A lot of you have already figured that out. But I know some of you still struggle with it. And it is really dependent on your own financial situation. If you have plenty of money, then by all means, buy everybody a trip to, on a cruise or whatever you want to do, but make it experiential. Make it experiential. If you have extra funds, I would really suggest, because here again, everybody is feeling a financial squeeze, even if they're in relatively good shape. So if you insist on giving your kids anything or your grandkids anything that are grown, help them pay off a student loan. Help them get out of debt. Give them a gift card for groceries. We have all been to the grocery store lately. The stress of just going into the grocery store is ridiculous anymore. It is so expensive. And that's one of those things where we see the effect of inflation every single week or every time we go into a grocery store. Your kids and your grandkids see it too. So I am a big fan of giving them something useful if there's a gift-giving event. And my daughter's birthday, which is in August, I knew she was going to be coming to see me in October. I got her an American Airlines gift card that would pay for most of or part of her flight to come and see me. That was something that she could actually use, and it alleviated some financial pressure from her. She absolutely would have paid for her own flight. She would have come to see me anyway. But I gave her something she could use. While she was here, and if y'all watched my last video, you saw the little glass pumpkins we made. That was a $60 class. That's something we did together. And we both got something to keep out of it, and we got the experience. That was an incredible thing. It was the best thing we did all week. And look what we got out of it. So those are the sorts of things I would suggest that you focus on this holiday season. Stop giving people junk. Stop giving people things they don't need or want. They really don't want them. And instead, give them something. If you must give them anything, give them something that they're really going to appreciate. One of the greatest things that, and I wish I had more of it, honestly, I really do. I wish more of the people who came before me, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, had written down their memories of what it was like when they were kids, of how they got to where they are. Adults usually have an entire life that they had before they had kids, where they were dating, they were kids, they could tell you how they lived. They could tell you about their grandparents and how they lived, and I wish I had more of that. These days, you can put together a book online really easily, either a photo book or a book with your memories in it really easily. And that is going to be appreciated for years. The younger generation, I feel like, is getting really cheated out of a lot of photo memories. And you think, oh, no, they're not. They've got their phones everywhere. But what happens is their life is full of worthless photos. Worthless photos they don't care anything about. Those photos of when they were kids, those photos of them as teenagers, those are going to disappear, those digital photos. And if they're not printed in a book somewhere, they could disappear forever and they'll never have access to them. That's going to happen. It's already happened to a lot of millennials. They don't have photographs of when they were kids because those first digital photos have all gone away and disappeared. So putting together photo albums, putting together family photos and telling them who's in the picture. Can't even tell you how many family photos I have that are just photos, especially from the 1930s, 1940s. I don't know who any of these people are. Nobody knows who any of these people are. We don't have names. We don't have anything. So doing some of that for your family, taking the time to do that, will be appreciated for generations. It's something so few people are doing. So this Christmas, if you can, and if you're going to give a gift to someone, please make it something useful, something practical that's going to alleviate their financial stress. If you cannot give something monetarily, then give something of your past, of your memories, which is even more valuable than anything money can ever buy. So I want y'all to be thinking about that now. Start getting into your head what you can do for your family that has nothing to do with money. So I hope that alleviates some financial stress for some of you going into these holidays. I'll have more on different things you can do and different gifts you can think of later on down the road. But just be thinking about how you're going to handle it this year. If you've enjoyed this video, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.